Welcome to the Diet Starts Never podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Nigro, aka Coach Rach. This podcast will teach you how to live your healthiest life in and out of the gym and put yourself first again. Oh, and we get long-lasting results here. I've made it my mission to help my clients ditch the diet mentality and heal their relationship with food and themselves. After transforming hundreds of bodies and minds, it's your turn. Are you ready? Hey guys, Coach Rach here. This podcast is intended to inspire, educate, and support you on your health and fitness journey. I am not a medical doctor and cannot give any professional medical advice. If you are suffering from any kind of medical condition, whether it's mental or physical, please seek help from a qualified health practitioner. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the last Diet Starts Never episode of 2023. Another year is in the books. So before trying to move forward and accomplish more goals for 2024, it is crucial to take the time to review your accomplishments and struggles for the last year to learn how to improve moving forward. Reflection is a key tool for personal development. It can help you achieve more of what you want. It can help you avoid less of what you don't want or more of what you don't want, I guess. And we're going to confront the lows and celebrate the highs. I'm calling this episode 2023 Reflection, a bridge to a more intentional future, because you are 100% in control of your destiny. And if there's something that you've been doing that you don't like, it's time to change it, but we need to know what that is, right? So let's take a moment to look back on this year. I know it might not be the most exciting thing, especially if you had a difficult year, but I'm going to hype you up. So this is going to be a follow along self-reflection session. I am in this with you though, right by your side. I'm going to encourage you to whip out your journal and dive deep into this moment of self-care. I don't recommend doing this while you're driving. I literally want you to sit down and take this as a self-care session, a self-reflection session. Putting a pen to paper can be very, very eye-opening. Even if you're not a journaler, maybe it's time you become one, or maybe it's time you push yourself out of your comfort zone. I find like when I didn't want to journal in the past, I realize now it's because I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts or confront my thoughts. And now sometimes I still don't want to, but you have to push yourself to. You have to understand what is holding you back. You have to understand what's going on inside your mind. You may start writing and it turns into an event, or you need to get something off your chest, or you might read something and be like, oh my God, that thought is totally crazy. Like I need to kind of change my perspective. So I'm here to help you make the most from this life. Next week's episode is going to be about resetting for the new year. So we're going to write your New Year's goals together. You don't need to set like any New Year's resolutions in the meantime. We're going to do that all together. I know it's a couple days after the new year, but I'm going to explain a little bit more why I don't set New Year's resolutions. I actually have an episode from last year that I'm going to link in the podcast notes so you can listen to that after this one. But we're going to jump into it now. So grab a cup of coffee, your journal, your favorite pen, and get ready. So it's really important that you are in a really, really good mood going into this. We want the vibes to be high. This is supposed to be exciting. We want to reflect from a state of positivity. You're not here to beat yourself up about what you did or didn't do this past year. So if you're feeling anything less than fired up right now or like ready to accomplish all the things, I need you to pause this episode and have a 60-second dance party. I'm not even kidding you. I want you to pause, put on your favorite song, and dance for 60 seconds or the whole song. If you need some song suggestions, some of my go-tos are Work It by Missy Elliott, Jumpin' by Destiny's Child, Goodies by Ciara, Anaconda, Nicki Minaj, or anything that literally makes you put your hands in the air and want to shake your butt. So go ahead, pause this now. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. Now the fun begins. We're going to do a safety check and make sure that the vibes are right. So we're going to kick off this episode with some affirmations. If you have never said positive affirmations before, I need you to trust this process. You may feel a little crazy saying these right now if you don't believe them, but I'm a strong believer in the law of attraction, and you are what you speak. So we need to convince ourselves that we are the things we want to be before we become them. We need to already start showing up like the person we want to be. So I'm keeping these affirmations kind of simple. I'm going to say the affirmation and then you're going to repeat after me. I'll pause and give you a chance to repeat it. It's about 10 or so. I am grateful for today. I'm grateful to feel the breath in my lungs and beating in my heart. I am healthy, energetic, and optimistic. I appreciate every part of my body, inside and out. I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. I give myself permission to take up space. I trust that I am heading in the right direction. I am abundant in every area of my life. I am safe and supported. I love and accept myself. I have everything I need to reach my goals. Now, I wonder, which affirmation did you relate to the most? Did you feel any kind of resistance to one in particular? If yes, I suggest writing it down and spending a little bit more time with it. Maybe you need to digest it. For example, if it was the affirmation of, I am safe and supported, and you didn't feel like that was true when you were speaking it, why don't you feel safe? Why don't you feel supported? What do you need to feel that safeness and support? All right, moving on. We're going to start with your 2023 goal reflection. If you didn't set specific goals for 2023, just focus on your general goal. Maybe your general goal was to lose weight or feel healthier or get a promotion, whatever it is, we're going to focus on that. So, what were your top 3 goals for 2023? I want you to pause the episode here, take a second, and write them down. Now that that's done, on that same page, did you accomplish any of the goals you set in 2023? Even if you set more than 3 goals, it's okay. Write down all the goals you set. Even if it was just one goal, did you accomplish it? Here's where I suggest you dive a little deeper. Don't just say yes or no. If you did accomplish something, how did you do it? If not, what held you back? Give yourself the details. Pause here and come back when you're done. Okay, next we're going to celebrate your accomplishments. What are 3 things or more that you are proud of yourself for accomplishing in 2023? Whether it's something related to your health, your personal life, your career. If you are proud of yourself, it's time to celebrate. And don't think I'm just going to let you off easy with something you accomplished. Why did accomplishing this make you feel proud? Pause here and come back when you're done. Next, we're going to get into the nitty gritty a little bit. So, what are 3 things you wish you could have done better or differently in 2023? Remember that everything is a lesson and opportunity for growth as long as you are willing to learn. I don't want you to think something wasted your time because you had to experience that to realize your time is more valuable. For example, like if you were spent time in a relationship with someone and it ended, I am sure you learned so much from that relationship, like maybe what you don't want in a significant other, right? You got clear on your vision more. So, other questions to get you thinking, what are things you know you can do better at this year? Do you need to manage your money better? Do you need to exercise more? Are you too critical of yourself? So, again, the question is, what are 3 things you wish you could have done better or differently in 2023? Pause here and answer this in your journal. Come back when you're done. Okay, with the previous question in mind, what was the most challenging part of your year? How did that make you feel? How can you learn from that experience? I know focusing on hard times is not something you want to do, but this is how we grow. We have to face our challenges, face our fears. Take this opportunity to write about it. Pause here, come back when you're done. All right, something a little bit more fun. What was something that was hard for you at the beginning of the year, but is easier now? Was it you couldn't run as fast? Was it you had trouble drinking water? Was it something with your job? You were trying to get to know your career a little bit better? Was it you got a clearer vision? Whatever it may be, what seemed difficult to you but is easier now? Pause here, come back when you're done. Next, this one's a little different. What was your biggest improvement this year? Note that this can be different from an accomplishment. Maybe your biggest improvement is your biggest accomplishment. Maybe you were sedentary at the beginning of the year and wanted to increase daily steps. You get it. I know it's pretty similar to the accomplishment one, but improvements don't have to equal accomplishments and vice versa. Pause here and come back when you write it down. All right, so I'm going to give you a few questions now that you can continue to ask yourself. Feel free to answer all of them or just pick the ones that you connect to the most or rewrite your own questions. What new skills did you learn this past year? How do you want to continue to develop them into the new year? Do you want to bring those skills with you to the new year? What is your favorite memory from the past year? If you want, take some time to go through your photos. You can even print them out and make a scrapbook, but I definitely recommend going through those pictures, finding that favorite moment. What new habits did you start? Will you continue to work on them next year? What did you learn about yourself this year? How did your relationships with your friends, family, partners grow this year? This one's a little bit spicier. Did you lose any relationships this past year? And now, this one I definitely want you to do. What advice would you give yourself 1 year ago? So, if you were you sitting exactly where you are this time last year, what would you say to you? What does she need to hear or he need to hear? So, I want you to end this journal entry on a positive note. What happened last year that you were thankful for? I want you to write down 20 things you're grateful for from the past year. I want you to pause here and come back when you're done. If you get to 20 and still have more to be grateful for, keep writing. Okay, pause here. Take a second. Congratulations. You just finished your 2023 reflection. If you feel like you want to dive even deeper, here are a few activities that you can do to reflect. Like I already said, you can go through your photos you took this past year. As you look through your pictures you took, I want you to think about being there in that moment. Fill yourself with gratitude from that moment. Think about how you felt and who you were with at the time. Maybe write down a few notes in your journal, or if you're really ambitious, make a small scrapbook of memories. You could reread your journal entries. This one I actually really think is great. You can go through your purchases, maybe your credit card statements or your Amazon order history. How did that product make you feel? All right. I don't want you guys to forget to cherish the memories that you made this year. A new year is a new start only if you make it, only if you let it. But also remember, you can restart at any moment in any time. So if you're the type of person who needs or who wants that calendar year to be a fresh start, then take it and run with it. But if you decide 1 week into the new year, you want another fresh start, you are allowed to. You're not confined to a new start only at the beginning of the year, right? So learn from your past, remember what you accomplished, and look forward to the future. The last message I want to share with you to maybe bring into the new year is to just always continue to take action. We spend so much of our life waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the weather to be nicer, waiting for that vacation, waiting to find the right partner, waiting to wear the outfit until you lose weight. And before you know it, you spent so much time waiting and not enough time doing. So this year, I want you to take all the action. It doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, the messier, the better, like big, messy, motivating action for yourself. So I'm really proud of you for taking the time to do this. Next week's episode will be about setting goals for the new year. And if you want more and don't want to wait, I'm going to link last year's New Year's episode on why I don't set New Year's resolutions. Cheers to another year on this earth, and Happy New Year, guys. Bye.